guys are getting really good at that. I'm really impressed. What I want to happen now is at level 0, we're going to switch our folders. Robert, did you switch?
No.
All eyes on me in 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, Demetri. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Jeremy. Here we go. So the first question was graded response, and the answer should have been, and remember, we're not doing any reactions, the answer should have been 14. We were not doing any verbal reactions, I'm sorry. The answer should have been 14. Number 2, question was just read. Your answer was A, B, C, D. The correct answer was C. Jalen, that's a deduction. Number 3, question was just read. Your answer was A, B, C, D. Correct answer was C. No comment needed after I say this. So the reason why Texas got 2 deposits of grit is because they got both of those questions correct. 100% of them got both of those questions correct.
Oh, I had 100%.
I just said I didn't need any reaction to that. That's your second deduction. Number 4, question was just read. Your answer was A, B, C, D. The correct answer was D as in dog. And then our last question, number 5, question was just read. Your answer was A, B, C, D. The correct answer was C. That is a class deposit for grit for 100%. Proud of y'all. If they missed 1, they got an 80. They missed 2, they got a 60. They missed 3, they got a 40. They missed 4, they got a 20. They missed 5, they have a 0. Go ahead and write the score at the top. Look at your score. No need to talk. Thank you so much, Dimitri, for keeping your mouth at a level 0. Thank you, Andre. Go ahead and close them and put them at the corner of your desk. The person who is collecting them is coming around. Go ahead and write your first and last name on your paper and make sure that our transition is still at level 0. I hear voices, which means they aren't on a level 0. I'm hearing voices, which means that we aren't on a level 0. Please remember that we're doing it at level 0, okay? All right, Kiani, and see, I'm going to give you both the deposits for being car reading. Right now, I need you to go ahead and track me. All right, so the last couple of days, we've been dealing with integers. And in dealing with integers, we compared them. We had 2 integers together, and we saw which one was greater and which one was less. And then the day before that, we grabbed them on a number line. Grab your seat line. The thing that we're going to be doing now is that we're going to be listing them in order from greatest to least, and from least to greatest, by the value that they have. So if we're putting them in order from greatest to least and from least to greatest, the thing that I think that the 5th grade KIP at the KIP Impact needs to worry about and needs to focus on is actually reading the directions. Because I'm confident. Yesterday the exit ticket scores, the average was a 75. 75% for Georgetown. Which means that you guys understand how to compare 2 integers. And you probably slipped up on the last problem with the word. I'm not worried about if you can compare them. What I'm worried about you doing is focusing on the directions that they're giving. If they're asking from greatest to least, or from least to greatest. Then you go ahead and refer it across the back of your seat and not on your mic. So I'm going to give you 3 examples. With those 3 examples, I'll take questions after example 2. I'll take questions after example 2. I'll take questions after example 2. I love Timothy's slant right now. I love Kiani's slant. I love Robert's slant now. Thank you, Keith. Here we go. Number 1. Number 1, the integers that I have are 4, 5, -4, -5. If we look at these, and right now we don't even know what they want us to do with them. the directions are to put them in order from least to greatest. Keith, you do me a favor and get the door. We're putting them in order from least to greatest. So we know that our directions say put them in order from least to greatest. So if we're looking at these integers, the first thing we need to think about is what they look like on a number line. And if we think about what they look like on the number line, we know that the one that is furthest to the left is less. And the ones that are more on the right are greater. So if it is to the left, it is less. If it is more to the right, it is greater. Go ahead and make sure that all pencils are down. Here we go. So the first thing that I need to do is think about how these will be seen on a number line. I know that 4 and 5 will be next to each other, and I know that -4 and -5 will be together. But I know that they all wouldn't be lined up together in this order. So the first thing I'm looking for is a number that would be furthest to the left on the number line. The number that would be furthest to the left on the number line would be -5. And I know that because as I count, as I see the number line here at the top, we have 0 to 60. On the other side of 0, we treat 0 like a mirror, and it will be reflected across, and then 5 will be 5 away from 0. Which means that the next number, if we put them in order from least to greatest, would be -4. My next number would be 4. And then my last number would be 5. That's our first example. If you're understanding what I'm saying, give me a glowworm. I'll take questions after example 2. Here we go. Example 2. The numbers that I have are 18, -27, -9, and 2. So the first thing I'm thinking about is what these look like on the number line. One second, that's my handout. The first thing I'm thinking about is what these numbers look like on the number line. If I'm thinking about what they look like on the number line and how they're lined up, I'm looking for the one that is furthest to the left. Because the one that is furthest to the left is the one that is the least. The more left it is, the less it is. So if I'm thinking about how they are, the first thing I need to ask myself is, what is this problem asking me? Is this problem asking me to put them in order from least to greatest? Is this problem asking me to put them in order from cutest to ugliest? Is this problem asking me to put them in order from greatest to least? My directions to you are from greatest to least. Now I'm still thinking about where they are on the number line. If they are more to the left, they are less. If they are more to the right, they are greater. The number that would be greater from these 4 would be, and I need to see glowworms if you are able to. The number that would be the greatest would be 18. The number that would be the next greatest would be 2. The number that would be the next greatest would be -27. Jasmine, I saw you switch from the glowworm to the disagreeing side. Can you tell me why?
It says greatest to least, and 27 has the most negatives, so 9 will go first because it has decimals.
So you're saying that 9 will go first?
Yeah.
It
Is
is.
that a negative 9?
Yes, this is a -9.
No, because you put all right.
Right, exactly right. So -9 would not, -9 would be the next one. And then our last one would be -27.
29.
Before we move on to the last example, which is a little different from these two, are there any questions? I'll take 3. Great, we're tracking in this order. I would really like to call Eddie, but his shirt is untucked. I would really like to call Jalen, but his shirt is untucked.
My shirt is tucked.
So we're going to go Sean, Jeremiah, and then Jasmine.
Yeah.
We're tracking Sean, Jeremy, and then Jasmine. Sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
So, if you was doing greatest to least, and then you had 2 negative numbers that were the same, it wouldn't matter which way you put it.
Right, it wouldn't matter which one you pick. Exactly right. Next. Jalen. Thank you. Go ahead.
You had a number line, and like it told you how to put them from least to greatest, like the same numbers that you had. Like, does it matter which side you put them on?
Yes, because we know that on the left side of the left side of the 0 is negative, the right side of the 0 is positive. The more left we go, what happens to the numbers? Exactly. exactly right. They go down in value, which means they're less. Our last question is coming from Jasmine. 100% kids should be tracking Jasmine.
I understand on the board with number 1 and 2, but I don't understand. What about if we be doing an FK and they give us 5 numbers, like, and they all negative?
So
If
they-
they all, like, if it was negative 6, negative 6, negative 8, and they told us to put it on a number line, would we put it?
Cool. So let's do it right now. Actually, so if they gave us 4 negative numbers, and we have to put it on the number line. What it looked like is we would start. I would put 0 here, and then we would draw a number line. And you said your numbers were negative 27.
Negative 26 and negative 20.
And let's throw another one in there. Let's do negative 90. Okay? So I'm going to put negative 25, negative 50, negative 75, negative 100. Between what two numbers will negative 28 go between? Will it go between 0 and 25, Jeremy? Will it go between negative 25 and negative 50? Will it go between negative 50, negative 75, negative 75, negative 100? Where would negative 27 go?
We'll go in between, in the middle, 25.
And? Yeah, exactly right. It would go somewhere in here. Negative 25 and 50. What do you think about negative 26, Eddie Grace? Between what two numbers? Exactly right. Between 25 and 50. And it'll be closer to... What about negative 28, Angelina? Exactly right. Negative 28. Cool. And then our last number, Jasmine, which go where? Between what two numbers? Negative 75. Negative 75 and negative 100. Exactly right.
What I was saying is, it just gave you a blank number line, no numbers, it just gave you a line.
So on the number, so on the FCAT, they'll never give you a number line just like that. It'll be multiple choice. It'll be multiple choice like the packet, the ones that you have in the packet in front of you. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna move on to our last example. Our last example looks a little differently. It looks a little different from this, but very familiar to the stuff that you've been saying in your 40-day countdown. So here we go. We have number 3. We have 4 cities: Chicago, Miami, Jacksonville, and our last one is Boston. Now we're going to do temperatures. We're going to do temperatures for February 14th, Valentine's Day. We're going to see how nice the weather was on February 14th, Valentine's Day. So here we go. In Chicago, it was negative 1 degrees. In Miami, it was 81 degrees. In Jacksonville, it was 72 degrees. And in Boston, it was negative 17 degrees. The problem asks us to put these, so the problem asks us to think about the temperatures on the day of February 14th. And we have to put these cities in order by temperature from least to greatest. We have to put these orders, the name of the cities in order by temperature on February 14th from least to greatest. What would be my first city if I'm putting them in order from least to greatest? Dimitri? My answer choices are cities, though. They asked me to put the name of cities in order. So Boston would be first. If you could agree, I should see some glowworms. What about Jalen? What do you want to give me another one? What would be the next one? If we're putting them in order from least to greatest. Chicago, nice. And then our second to last one would be what? Isaiah Lester? Jacksonville? Yeah, good job. And then our last one would be what, Andre? Miami. Exactly right. Cool. So I'm going to leave these examples on the board while we do this activity. The activity that we have is, if you notice, I put the cards on your desk. And I have to give some for Jalen and Yanni. If you notice, I put cards on your desk. The thing that we're going to do with these cards is we're going to look at the pink side of it. Now, it's going to be a competition between you and every other advisor. So Texas did it first. Michelle, can you go ahead and hit the light switch up for me? Texas did it first. They did the easy side and then they did the hard side. The easy side they took them 1 minute and 12 seconds to do it. The hard side took them 1 minute and 17 seconds to do it. They did it really well because nobody talked, and I'm going to give you these directions in a second. because nobody talked and everybody followed direction, and they got all the numbers correctly in the number line. We're going to treat this side of the room, this side, and that side of the room as a number line. This would be our least, and then over there in the corner over there would be our greatest. This would be our least, and the corner over there would be our greatest. We're going to use the numbers that we have on the pink side first to be able to do that. When I say go, at a level 0, you're going to leave from your seat, hold your sign in front of you so that other people can see it for the pink side, and you're going to line up in order from least to greatest. No one is talking. If you talk, I'll have to tap your shoulder and have you sit down for the round. Are there any questions about the directions before we begin? I'll go Sean, Andre, and then Amber. Go ahead, Sean. We're tracking Sean.
So how are we supposed to line up from least to greatest, like from least, and then we have to go all the way back there?
Right, so the person that has the greatest number will be there. The person that has the least number will be there. Okay? Go ahead, yeah, Andre. We're tracking Andre. So you'll sit out for the first round. You will sit out for the first round. We're tracking Andre. Go ahead, Andre.
Well, I don't want to copy up for Sean's question, but how come the least will be here?
We're just treating.
Here, and then the greatest will be.
So the greatest will be over here. If you think about it, we're just treating this as a number line. Okay? Which is going to be a human number line, and we're going to start here and go down and go around. Sound good? Okay. And then our last question was Amber. Go ahead.
So, everybody is gonna get in line, right?
Yeah.
Is the person who got the greatest gonna be first?
No, the person that has the greatest is going to be first from there. Yeah. And the person that's going to be least is going to be first from there. Everybody else is going to be in between, in order. Okay? So if your number 1, if your number is 100, 99, 25, 0, 25, negative 100, negative 75, negative 50, negative 25, 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. Does that make sense? Right, we can treat the corner over there like 0. I like the connection to make it realize that the midpoint would be 0. So I want to be clear about this. At a level 0, we're going to do this. I'm going to time you on my iPad to see what we get done. I know that everybody is done when everybody is tracking me and nobody is moving and everybody is tracking me. That's when I'll push stop on the timer. We have there. I'm going to start. When I say go. When I say what? Go. 3, 2, 1, go. We're at the 1 minute mark. No, thank you, Tim. I know that I stop the clock when everybody is tracking me. Great. A few things that I want to say that I noticed. I love the social intelligence that I saw. I want you to stop typing. I love the social intelligence that I saw when we were assisting Dwayne. I love the social intelligence that I saw when we were assisting Isaiah. The thing that I did not like, and that I know that we can do better the next time that we try, is that we can do this at a level 0. The reason why some of us talked was not because we were being disrespectful, because some of us legitimately did not hear the directions, or, I'm sorry, we heard them, but we were just not listening. Was that right? Was that correct, Victoria?
No.
Great. So next time you'll be able to join the round. Guys, I'm not going to hold this round, I'm not going to count. This is not the round that's going to count. The round that's going to count is the next one. This was just our practice. As we go through the number lines and tell me what number you have on your card, we'll snap if the number is correct. Angelina, we obviously don't have to snap for Angelina because we don't know it compared to Andre just yet. So when we get to Andre, we'll snap. Go ahead, Angelina, what's your number?
-10.
Your number is -10. Great. Andre?
-8.
Wait a second. Go ahead and rearrange yourself. Great. Dante? Sean, what's your number?